Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, Democrat of Rhode Island, serves on the Finance Committee, and he joins me now. Well, it's just hard to know what to make hour to hour, day to day, but you're a U.S. Senator. You talk to your colleagues over there. Do you have any sense of what the plan here is, what the end game, or where this is headed?
Well, at the moment, what we're just looking at is economic disasters piling up. You've got consumer confidence down 30%. You've got inflation projections at their highest in 40 years. You got the Dow having its worst April since the depths of the Depression in 1932. The dollar's down 10%. They're adding $52 trillion to the debt to pay for billionaire tax cuts, and nobody knows where the next tariff is coming from. And as people have said, tariff uncertainty is its own tariff, setting aside how bad the tariffs are. So what we are seeing is an epic economic botch job, unprecedented in American history.
One of the things that's so odd to me here is the unilateral nature of it. The president says, I put this on, I put that on, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Now, he's deriving this authority from a national emergency he's declared pursuant to a piece of legislation, I believe in the 1970s, designed for the president to basically put emergency sanctions on foreign bad actors, not to manage the entire trade portfolio of the nation. But I wonder, as a U.S. Senator, I can't believe the Congress is just sitting by and letting him hijack this power to such destructive ends.
Yeah, well, you're seeing bipartisan legislation begin to emerge to pull that power back from him because he's using it so rashly and so ignorantly and so irresponsibly. And there's litigation beginning to move through the courts to challenge his authority to do it in the first place. But the problem is that in real time now, he is the president of the United States. And when he says these rash and crazy things, it has a real effect in real people's lives, in real markets. And that's what's hard to catch up to. That's the danger. And sooner or later, 4 Republicans in the Senate or 4 Republicans in the House will have the courage to say enough, and then the madness ends.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, our majorities that the Republicans control in the Senate, it's 4 votes, and same over in the House. And if 4 or 8 or 12 of the Republicans got together and said, look, this has to stop. We're going to stop kowtowing to you. We're going to stop passing your bills. We're going to stop your reconciliation measure. We're not going to do what you're demanding that we do. We're not going to put your unqualified appointees through. We're simply not going to roll over for you until you stop the economic damage. It's within their hands to stop it right now.
The other aspect of this, in terms of the weirdness of the sort of unilateral nature of it, is that the kind of best case scenario that the sort of most bullish folks, and I think the kind of wish casting from those in Wall Street, is that this is all leverage to get deals. Right? Here's Peter Navarro in the New York Times, saying that they could do 90 deals in 90 days. They don't have any deals. But I saw Justin Wolfers, an economist, point out a crucial feature here, which I'd love to get your thoughts on. The president has no unilateral authority to negotiate trade deals. So, that deal would have to come to Congress. It doesn't mean anything. He could unilaterally raise the tariffs, but it's not like he has the power to negotiate trade deals by himself and then have them stick.
Plus, where are the deals? We're not seeing the actual result that's been promised. At the moment, it's just pure destruction. And when you throw the giant rock into the pond, you can't call it back. You can't tell the ripples that will slosh towards the shore, stop rippling. He has done the damage with this rash bout of uncertainty, setting aside the bad tariffs. International economic havoc that's going to come home and hit regular American families right in the pocketbook.
We've seen the polling. I showed you some of it. I think that this is all the polling I've seen is basically in line. The economy, bringing prices down, started out as probably his biggest strength. Had been throughout much of his career, actually, even in the first term when he was, underwater on a lot of things. It's basically gone straight down And to your point before about 4 Republicans can stop this any time, I guess the question is, does it matter? Does that exert pressure on Capitol Hill? Does people, 37% of Americans saying they approve his economic handling, start to have some effects in the political calculations of colleagues of yours across the aisle?
Yeah, well, you remember that line in Blazing Saddles where they talk about how they're going to have to protect their own phony baloney jobs? There comes a time when the shadow of the November 26th election starts to reach back in time to like now, and then they get really nervous. I mean, Speaker Johnson wants to be the speaker, and he's not going to be the speaker if this madness continues, because the worst of the economic harm, the decisions that Trump has already made, hasn't come through into American families' pocketbooks and kitchen tables yet. That's still pouring at them. So these numbers are not going to get better for Trump. The actual personal family impact of his rashness and his ignorance is still coming, and there's no stopping it. And so I think those numbers just get worse.
Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, thank you for taking a little time with us tonight.
Thank you.